Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Saggies. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Shuffle it up here one time, see what we got for you. As we move on through the month, what do we got for Sagittarius, please? And yeah, I'm just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. What do we got for my Saggies, please? My fellow fire signs, my guides. And yeah, the deck is being interesting. Yeah, usually your cards pop out real quick. Very dreamy type of energy here, Sagittarius. What do you got on your mind, my friends? Either what do you got on your mind or someone's got you on their mind. Like, that's super dreamy, etheric energy right here up front. And I always find this very intriguing. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. And one last thing, for those of you interested in channel memberships, just click the link that's pinned down in the comments. I'm doing an extra special reading for my members since it's the first month, but enough of the promo. Check it out if you'd like, no pressure. We're going to go in on this card. I always like to get that promo out of the way quick and easy. So you see this individual, it looks like she's taking a nap, doing some meditation, having a snooze. She's under this clock. The numbers are all flying off. It's like a modern art piece of some kind. And to me, it's just extremely dreamy. It's of the mind space. So for Saggies, it could be a whole vast array of things. For some of you, you might be having very interesting or odd dreams in this time that spirit might want you to analyze. So dream journal those down. But to me, when it initially came out, it was like, whoa, someone's got something big on their mind. So for a lot of Saggies, there could be one particular thing or person that could be consuming a large part of your thought processes throughout the day. Could just be a situation you're dealing with where it like keeps popping in, popping in, popping in. Intuitively, that's what I'm picking up off this card. And once again, if not you, could be somebody else thinking about you in a very similar manner. Also, the fact that we have the clock, it does represent the illusion of time. For some of you, it could be waiting on something, or time waiting could be playing a factor. But let's just put her down right there. As I always say, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I feel like I could talk about that for another 5 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to get you the tarot cards now. Let's get you 3 in the upright before we get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's see what we got for Saggy here as we move through September. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. I felt like it was pretty positive, and I would say it's been a little checkered in recent weeks for the Saggy readings, where we have like 2 really good positive weeks, then we have one that's looking a little dicey, then a good one. But last week's energy was titled A Big Surprise. So for a lot of you, that energy could still bleed over into this week. There could be things popping up out of nowhere. It felt more positive than anything. But yeah, there was this energy of things just coming to the surface for a lot of Saggies. So let's see what we have for you this week. Should be interesting. And as you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards. What do we got for my Saggies, please? Thank you. All right, work. We have the 8 of Pentacles, very diligent type of energy here. We're going to have to talk about this, whether this is something you're wanting to work on or not. For some reason, I'm getting that work, a diligent worker bee type of energy. Let's get a couple more. Action, okay. Ooh. We have Judgment right in the center. That is a switch up. That is a change. Okay, totally not what I was expecting with this 8 of Pentacles, because those energies are completely different. Let's get you one more. 9 of Swords. Okay, we have a little bit of stress here on the back end that we will have to address with that 9 of Swords. Look at that person there. Could be linking to sleep. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive messages. Where do we even start here, my friends? Let's talk about how it feels at first look, first glance. Once again, we have this diligent, slow and steady 8 of Pentacles energy into this boom, this judgment, this shift, this change. It feels very sudden. This is almost like a jarring shift of energy I'm picking up here. And then we have the stress-induced Nine of Swords on the back end. And I was picking it up with this very first card, like somebody with something heavy on the mind or something that's taken up a lot of their thoughts. So let's see how this all plays out. And elementally, it's like we have a lot of air happening, but we also have earth. So these are competing. There's a lot external and internal. But position number one, we have the Eight of Pentacles. As I was saying, work, 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 right? This is a card of craftsmanship, artistry, you know, learning something, becoming a master at it. So mastering a skill, mastering your craft. But when I see this Eight of Pentacles, it is one of my top two cards of literal work. What you do for money, how you earn money, what you're giving your energy to. So in relationships, this Eight of Pentacles could represent somebody you want to give your energy to, or vice versa. But to me, this is a money-based type of card or a material-based type of card, generally. But there could be something or someone, and to me, this feels like regularly scheduled programming, like someone's day-to-day. Like, that's how this is feeling, like day-to-day, doing their thing, work, work, work. This is the schedule, and then boom, we have this little shift as we move into the energy, because Judgment is right in the center. I'm going to try to not get too intuitive, but it's jarring energy to me. One more thing about this Eight of Pentacles, all cards have a challenge. It could represent somebody that either works too much or somebody that is not working enough. So it could be either extreme. But in the center, Judgment. I did pick this up in the Aries reading, I believe, so it is linked in with the fire signs. And this is explosive, Plutonian, change-based karmic type of energy. I know that is extremely loaded. Now, Judgment could represent literal judgment calls. It could represent choices, decisions, stuff like that. But when I see this, it's like, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to make happen? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? This is a card of action, transformation, and change. So it's going to be super important for us to take a look at it. And it is linked to the planet Pluto, which is all about tough transformations. So some of you may have recently undergone a really tough transformation of some sort. We'll just have to see, but it is explosive in its energy. Even though there's no fire linked in with Judgment, the force, the power of it, strong. Moving to the back end, here we have the Nine of Swords. Let's talk about it. You know, got to be an expert to really know what this imagery could mean. You see this person, they're in their bed, hands in the face, 9 swords all up on the wall. To me, this card does represent stress, anxiety, nervousness. It could represent sadness, loneliness, all those different things. So it really depends. Could be having nightmares, right? You could be having some insomnia. This is also a card I linked to the paranormal and the other side. So that's the interesting thing with tarots. It could mean so many different things, but we'll piece it all together when we start clarifying. If this is you, you might just be really wound tight in this time. If this is somebody else, they're going through it and possibly losing sleep. So we'll really want to see what's up, the way all this energy is going, because I am possibly catching a change in the middle and it's causing a lot of stress. Okay, right here on the back end for someone. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Saggy. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. Some of you could be work-based changes as well. Doesn't just have to be romantic, you know that. But let's go in. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Pentacles. And yes, my friends, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Saggy, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Eight of Pentacles time. Why is that Eight of Pentacles here? Thank you. King of Swords. Diligent. Dedicated. This energy may be in the past for some of you, but we have the King of Swords in the upright under this Eight of Pentacles going according to a plan. Like this is somebody that may have a plan in hand. That's one thing. They know what they want to do. They know what they want to work towards. They know where they're moving their energy. So this could be very good depending on how the rest of this plays out. But this Judgment, I'm not going to say just yet because we still have a lot of the way to go. But King of Swords could just represent an air sign that you're linked to. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Underneath this Eight of Pentacles, it is like a boss type of energy. So for some Saggies in this time, if you do work, not for yourself. You might have big friction with supervisors, bosses, things like that when I have this type of energy. Okay, you might feel like someone has a little grudge against you. But aside from that, the King of Swords is very plan-based. So if we're talking about regular life, I did say it in the beginning, this Eight of Pentacles is like regularly scheduled programming, day-to-day life, let's go, everything's moving according to plan. This is somebody who either had a plan or is formulating one. That's it. Okay, could it be from work? Sure. Could it be about relationships? Possibly. But let's keep moving. I don't really want to spend too much time on it because I feel like it's extremely straightforward. It's like either one or the other, maybe both. But this King of Swords is very no-nonsense, straightforward. Okay, and the realm of the thought, the realm of the communication, this is someone that was feeling comfortable. That's another vibe I'm picking up in the front end. Like this was someone very comfortable in their routine. Let's keep moving over to the Judgment card, because I'm hoping the hammer doesn't drop. I'm getting this odd feeling like the hammer is going to drop. So let's go in on Judgment. See why that's there. And I really want to get over to that Nine of Swords too. Thank you. Queen of Wands. Okay. Yeah, this is somebody coming in and making a huge change. And I really emphasize that. The Queen of Wands is very confident. No nonsense, right? This is someone who's confident in how they feel. They're confident in their decisions. They're confident in their choices. Notice we have a king and a queen now. Doesn't matter that they're different suits. So for a portion of you, there could be situations with soul connections showing up here in this spread. But when I see this Queen of Pentacles underneath Judgment, this is someone that felt like they were in charge, or they felt like they had it all. Like, yeah, I'm in charge. I'm running this ship. This is my ship now type of energy. That's just the vibe I'm picking up in the middle. However, I'm not feeling safe here just yet. I'm getting shaky, energetic ground. Now, the Queen of Wands, for a portion of you underneath this Judgment card, for a lot of you, since this is a card that could represent Sagittarius, doesn't matter male or female, you may be about to go through an extremely powerful or explosive change that rushes in quick. Okay, like the day-to-day, like might get a shakeup of some kind, or something that you felt were in routine with could have a big shakeup. Okay, I'm just picking that up because there's a confidence here. Let's see how the reading ends. I don't want to speak too much onto it. You know me, I'm never going to speak a negative message into a positive one, but I'm just giving it to you how I feel. I feel an underlying shakiness. Okay, so whether it's a change that you've just gone through or one that you're about to go through, it feels powerful, it feels explosive and sudden. Let's move in on the Nine of Swords. This feels more solid in the front end, this plan-based energy. But why is that Nine of Swords here? After we do the Nine of Swords, we'll do our recap, then the Shadow card. So why is that 9? Thank you. Four of Wands, 11. Spirit could be trying to warn you about something. The Four of Wands, and yeah, this is a card of stability. It's super intense to me right now, how I've been feeling the shaky ground, and now we have the Four of Wands underneath this Nine of Swords. Some of you may feel either one, that you're on shaky ground right now, or yeah, you may feel rug pulled in a way. But another thing I was picking up, aside from the rug pull energy and stuff like that, is someone feels like their sense of stability is off kilter. Like their sense of stability is gone, and there's a lot of nervousness, there's a lot of anxiousness. Not saying it's you or whoever, you fit it to your story as necessary. But the Four of Wands, let's talk about it. It's a celebratory card. It's a card of happiness, joyousness, celebration. When I see it under a card like the Nine of Swords, it's not somebody stressing out about a party. Maybe for some of you it is. You might be planning a party and stressing about it. Who knows? People are going through a lot of different things. But when I see this, to me, it's somebody who feels like their sense of stability is shaken up, or things just aren't quite as stable as they used to be. Okay, like something's a little askew, something is off. Okay, and once again, if it's not the anxiousness, nervousness, Spirit could be trying to give you signs of what is to come. Okay, so look within and use your intuition, because Spirit either was given signs or is trying to give signs. Let's go through and do a quick recap. I feel like I'm yapping along. Let's do the recap before the Shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, obviously super intriguing mixture of energy, mostly fire and air, which I always say is explosive, but we got the Eight of Pentacles with the King of Swords, got the Queen of Wands right next to him. That's fireworks right there. But in this front end, I'm getting day-to-day life type of energy, routine. Let's do this one step at a time, nice and slow and steady. I'm also getting a strategy planning type of vibe. So whether this is someone's life going according to plan in general or somebody literally planning something, we're picking it up in the front. In the center, we have Judgment with the Queen of Wands. I felt a really good energy here as well, where somebody thought that they were in full control. Like, yeah, finally, I'm good. I have this under control. Everything's going fine according to plan. But another vibe here is for a lot of Saggies, you're either experiencing some really powerful, explosive changes, or you could be. That could be coming up for a lot of you, so just be forewarned. On the back end, and I'm not trying to instill fear or nothing like that, some changes could be very good. We have the Nine of Swords with the Four of Wands. Spirit could be trying to give you hints and clues about what's to come, so keep your eyes open for the signs and synchronicities, specifically in dreams. This could be someone that feels like their sense of grounding is shaken up, or they might feel like they got rug pulled in some sort of way, but there's a lot of anxiousness and nerves. Please take a screenshot. Once again, that doesn't have to be all your energy. Let's get you a shadow card. Could just be someone you're linked to, going through it. But let's see what's in the shadows for you, Saggy. What's going on? I mean, unless some of you are stressing out about a party or a celebration, could be it. But let's see what we have as a shadow card. All these cards can be read positive as well as challenging, but we got a mix. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. And we have another Queen, another internal card, the Queen of Swords to be precise. So let's move these cards on out of the way. We have more air, which is mental energy. So what is a positive that I like about this Queen of Swords? Let's go through it. Even as a shadow card, this is an energy that can cut through the shadows, because the Queen of Swords is no nonsense. This is honest, it's shrewd, it's straightforward, it's logical. So whatever issues, problems, stresses you could be going through, this is Spirit saying, hey, you could think your way out of this. You could plan your way out of this. You got this. You have experience in handling things. That's a good thing with this card as a shadow card. However, it could also represent cold, emotional unavailability. So maybe this is someone you're linked to. It's a little emotionally detached at the moment. That could possibly be it. But one thing we always have to watch out for with the Queen of Swords, if it's not an older feminine figure that you have a history with, this Queen of Swords can be extremely cold and calculating. So you just make sure you're not being too mean or harsh to people in this time, unless they deserve it, right? If they deserve it, bring out the swords, my friends. I'm not judging. But yeah, Sadie, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.